Yes, here we are on the 21st of July 2019. Lovely day. It's about 21 degrees C today, which I think is about something like 69, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. So nice temperature, nice working temperature. So there we are. So I've been doing a bit of thinking, thought planning, preparation for installing, putting in, constructing, whatevering more infrastructure here in order to enable me to, expand the project, grow a bit more varieties, more potential, if you will, for, excellent growthiness. So that's brilliant. And it's going to involve some grapes, okay? That's about the only sort of clue in which I'm going to give people at the moment, mainly because I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to be doing. So loads to do, loads to think and plan. I've been doing a bit of harvesting this morning, getting some lovely food ready. Isn't that amazing? But let's have a look at the grapevines. Remember the ones I purchased a while ago that didn't look particularly impressive specimens? Well, now they're looking absolutely lovely. So that truly is amazing. So let's go and have a look at those. Alrighty then, right, here we are. So we've got Grape Muller Thurgau, white eating wine making grape, sweet sugary flavours, fruit contains seeds. There we go. So got this, these came from Victoriana Garden Nursery, whatever, Victoriana Nursery Gardens, that's it, in Kent. And I've found, didn't go there, mail order, yeah. I've found out that, they're good company and had good results with their sort of plants from the past. So there we go. So there's that one there. Now, I mentioned about, the winemaking grape there. The plan is, if you check out some of my older videos from when I had, the monster, I called it monster grapevine, beautiful vine. It's all on the playlist. Used to produce massive crops, bunches of crops each year, so 100 bunches one year or something like that. And I gave somebody a load of grapes to make some wine out of. I'm not a massive wine drinker myself, but I will indeed I will have a bottle or whatever to try. So looking forward to tasting wine from my own grapes. So purposely purchased a variety down there, Muller Thurgau, that can be used as dessert grapes, which is my preferred method, honestly speaking, of eating them, consuming them. Or, if I feel like giving the grapes to someone to make some wine out of, I can indeed do that. So that was one option. So let's have a look at the other variety. Okay, so this variety is named, hang on, let me think. Yep, that's it. This is Venus, okay? The tag, unfortunately, hasn't got the full name on, but juice grape, a lovely eating juice grape. So this is like the grape juice, yeah? Or it could be eating whatever. A lovely blue-black seedless grape, versatile, suitable for outdoor and protected cropping, okay? So basically I wanted one that was, if I wanted to have a go at making some of my own proper, like grape juice, sort of like doing what, not just juicing it and eating and drinking it, but actually having a proper sort of bash at it. So that's something I really want to have a go at. So I really want to expand the sort of grape project here. So as you know, the vines are doing very well outside, and the one here is doing, quite well indeed. This is Autumn Royal. I'm really going to have to do some good pruning of this in the dormant months, that's when it's recommended to prune grapevines. I could do some light pruning now if I wished, but I don't want to, because I probably want to be taking loads of cuttings off of this vine if indeed I can. So that's what I want to be sort of getting into. And of course I've got the Muscat Bleu grape growing up the side of the polytunnel here. This one I took from a cutting, so that's in the I keep these because I use these for tags. Growing from a cutting there, so quite happy really how that's sort of done there. And you can see the Muscat, the Autumn Royal really is starting to get up there now and into here. So great project is underway, and really sort of thinking about how I can go about elaborating on that. So in 5 years or so I should have quite an epic backyard vineyard, if you will, and that's one of my sort of chief goals in regards to this project, really. Okay, so this vine's done very well indeed. It looks a complete sort of tangled mess at the moment, but I'm going to be, this is from a cutting as well, probably from the monster vine. I'm going to be sort of tidying all of this up and maybe putting in some sort of trellising system up against this fence in the winter so that I can sort of tie it up and get it looking something as well, you know, because like this, what will happen is you'll just get loads of, you know, clusters of grape bunches, and they'll just be flowing all over the floor and all that, which I don't actually want, unsurprisingly. So that's going to hopefully be coming on. Right, so here, spoke about this. This came from Ken Muir a while ago. Looked particularly pathetic when I purchased it, but it's really grown well. So a bit of sort of work to be done there in the winter months. So basically what I'm doing is I'm letting them put out loads of growth this year, because when grapes fruit, they fruit on like off of tendrils, if you will, or shoots that come off from the previous year's growth. Okay, so these vines should all be carrying you know, a crop next year. So next year is when I expect the sort of grapevine project here to really come into sort of fruition, if you will. You know, like looking down here, my cuttings that I took. So this is Lakemont Seedless here, and you can see that one's taken really well. Them two, there's a shoot there, look, see, coming up there, and that one there, look, see that shoot there? Comes into focus. So yeah, it's certainly expanding. More Lakemont Seedless. Muscat Bleu down here, look, you can see there sort of coming up. The Autumn Royals a bit slower on the scale insect there. Autumn Royals a bit slower on the older uptake, but we'll see how they do indeed get out. So I've been doing a little bit of harvesting, and so going to be doing some cooking. Got a couple of bolt hardy beetroots here. Picked them when they're quite small, nice and tender. Could let them get bigger if I'd wished, of course. So I eat the tops as well, so you know, I consider that sort of less wasteful, really. And here, you know, the squash, the patty pan squash, brilliant, isn't it? Benning's green tint. Basically, with regards to these, that it's recommended you eat them when they're 2 to 4 inches across. You get more taste from them. But these just look brilliant, and they're almost, well, they are a piece of history, because there are records, I believe, of the Native Americans eating these, and records dating back to the years, the sort of 1600s, for them being consumed in Europe, and around 1900, I think, in the UK. So certainly a piece of heritage there, if you will. And they look nice, don't they? They almost look like a pie, really, doesn't it? You know, but brilliant. And here, of course, we've got you know, we've got the kale, which is really rocking and rolling and doing really, really well this year. Broad beans, I'm probably going to leave these a bit longer to let the beans inside get a little bit bigger, but these are producing well actually, and a nice tasty crop. The runner beans, they're starting to come now, these ones, into sort of fruition, or vegition, however you want to look at it. And you can see, I'm going to let them, obviously they need to get a lot bigger, be quite wasteful eating them now. As I delve down here into the sort of tangled mess, really. These spuds, potatoes, it's not going to be long before I can harvest some of these, and the squashes now have come into real sort of 2 to 4 inches. You'll see that's perfectly edible now as well, so I'm going to be having that for dinner. There's more coming in. I'm definitely going to grow these Benning's green tints again, because they keep producing, and the fact that they're just so unique, and the taste is a little bit different to, say, you know, like a courgette or a marrow. So yeah, so the apple tree here, this is Worcester pearman, and I've been sort of thinning the apples out, because, you know, quite a lot of unimpressive specimens of fruit on this tree, like these ones, that these aren't going to make anything. So I've simply been just removing those, because I feel that the tree's going to expend unnecessary energy, if you want, on a fruit like that, which is just not going to achieve anything. And I'd rather, you know, I'd rather get 5 good apples off of this tree than 15 not so good ones, if you understand where I'm coming from. Like if you look at this one, look, I've thinned the areas around here. I can see that these have got some form of potential here. Good old-fashioned UK variety Worcester pearman. Yeah, so I've been eating blueberries like nearly every day now for the last however long, and they're sort of fruiting slowly, if you will, ripening slowly as like a successional crop, if you will. So quite happy with how the blueberries are gone. So yeah, it's all going pretty well actually. You know, with regards to how the project is sort of developing, I'm definitely the grape sort of thing. The additional infrastructure for that. Blueberries, going to be getting maybe another 1 or 2 blueberry bushes. This isn't going to happen overnight, by the way. This is going to be done over a period of time. More heritage apples, that's definitely something. Even you know, I might even end up grafting a lot of those myself, like I've done in the past. I mean, grafting is a great thing to get into if you want to, you know, build your own sort of orchards, if you will. You have to wait a bit longer for your resulting produce, but if you want to wait a little bit longer, but you want to save a bit of money, basically, grafting can be brilliant, because let's say, for instance, you're going to pay £30 for a quality produced tree. Maybe you can get them cheaper than that. I'm just using that as a rough example. £30 for, you know, a ready-made tree, almost, if you will. You may decide to graft your own, which indeed you've seen me do in the past. So you know, you can do that, and you can build yourself up. You can buy yourself like a little rootstock. I bought rootstocks years ago. All the home grafting you've seen me do onto rootstocks, they came from Blackmore Nursery, the rootstocks. And if you research that, you can buy rootstocks for your own sort of size that you want them, the resulting produce, the plant, the apple tree to be. So that's very much worth looking at. So yeah, I've got information on grafting, and if you really want to have a good look at some grafting, have a look at the Stephen Hayes Fruitwise channel. I've got a lot of my information off of that, and probably with regards to starting a gardening channel, I got most of my inspiration from that channel, because you know, I really enjoyed what he was doing on there, and maybe that was what sort of you know, brought me to start my own gardening channel, or part of it, I don't know. So yeah, there we go. So hope everybody out there's doing well, and vineyards underway, more heritage apples underway, the peach orchard, the blueberries, and of course, you know, all sorts to you know, I mean, I really would, honestly speaking, love to take on another allotment. You know, I'd love to truly do that, but you know, it's time. You know, honestly speaking, and the fact that, you know, you can't do everything. So I'd rather sort of focus more on, you know, quality over quantity. But maybe in the long term, taking on an allotment once again could be another option, but we'll consider that. So there we go. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Any comments, questions, whatevers, post down below. See you next time.